And now I gotta talk to you about something really important. Is news that came out last night, okay? In the last moment, in the last minute, and these news are not great, and actually it scared me to death considering Real Madrid is apparently preparing for a possible Champions League ban for the next 3 years. So I'm gonna get into the details in very shortly. But before we get started with that, I'm gonna talk to you about the details that Paul Pogba has revealed to the police force in France regarding to the kidnapping attempt that he suffered last March or something like that, by the side of his brother, by his brother's gang, because it was a gang, right? I mean, Matthias Pogba has been involved in very dark and, very problematic groups of people that apparently were trying to blackmail to Paul Pogba and asking him for 13 million euros, 3 in cash or something like that. And that is exactly what he revealed to the police force. I mean, Paul Pogba said to the police that he was, he got two guys with guns, pointing to his head, right, and asking him for 13 million euros, 3 of them in cash, right? So he decided to pay, considering he was scared and he was feeling completely threatened, and the only way for him to get away and survive to that situation, it was, yes, okay, I'm gonna pay, so don't be mad, I'm gonna pay, nothing happened, and we're good. I mean, don't do anything to me or my family, right? So apparently that gang is led or managed in certain way or in somehow for his brother Matthias Pogba, and apparently his mother is involved in the gang. I mean, you can imagine how crazy this sounds, as you cannot ever imagine a mother is going to do such a thing to a son, right? It is impossible to imagine, right? Well, it's true. Paul Pogba has been a victim of a blackmail by his brother and his gang, and of course, it's gonna be a problem because now Matthias Pogba will face, in my opinion, a sentence of jail. I don't know how long, maybe 3 years, 4 years or so. I don't know. He's apparently in custody in the police station. I don't know if he's waiting for a trial or something like that. He'll probably face off a trial, of course, because this is illegal, right? And the only thing we know about this is thanks to Le Monde. Le Monde is a newspaper in France. Paul Pogba has revealed to the police that every single thing was true, and the reason why Matthias Pogba showed up in front of the camera talking about him, Mbappe, the wage, and all this stuff, it is because he was threatened up front to deliver or pay 13 million or he would talk. So he finally talked. I mean, Matthias Pogba finally talked. Of course, he revealed a bunch of, in my opinion, lies, because he's not 100% sure that all the things that he said were true. Why? Right? So my opinion is he said a bunch of things that nobody really knows if they were true or not. But Paul Pogba, I mean, decided to go to the police and say, hey, I am being a victim or blackmail, right? So this is what's happening right now. It is not about if I, hire a wage or whatever. It is about my brother trying to get money out of me, pushing me, pressing me, or even blackmailing me, and that's the whole thing. And apparently the French police force just believed the version of Paul Pogba and decided to put in custody to Matthias Pogba. So that is so far what we know. Is a crazy story, but it's good enough for me to jump into the next story, which is much more, sweet and comfortable for us, because it's about Real Madrid and what can happen with the European Super League. Because apparently, according to Voz Populi in Spain, Real Madrid have saved up 780 million as a backup plan to cover for costs in case they lose the court case against UEFA and receive a 3-year ban from the UCL, from the UEFA Champions League. It is a possibility they are preparing for that. I mean, what really scared to me, it is the fact that nobody told about it, nobody said anything about that. We were all expecting for Real Madrid to win in court the European Super League case and all the stuff. We were so optimistic, but now a kind of fear just popped up in the board members of Real Madrid, and apparently the Real Madrid board members had decided to save money just in case we cannot make any money out of the Champions League if Ceferin decides to ban Real Madrid and not allow us to play in the next editions of the Champions League, right, for the next 3 years. In case that happened, my opinion is UEFA will never implement such a punishment to Real Madrid, considering Real Madrid makes a lot of money, and a part of that big money Real Madrid makes for UEFA, it is good for UEFA at the end of the day, right? So I don't think these guys are so stupid to ban Real Madrid for so long that they will be facing off financial struggles, considering Real Madrid will not be there. And if Real Madrid is not in the competition, they will lose a lot of money as well, right? So that, I mean, this is basically if you get a gun and you put it in your head and then you say, okay, I'm gonna threaten what? Who? Myself? I mean, no. If you are threatening Real Madrid, you have to know that you are going to pull the trigger and you are going to shoot yourself, right? So if they are smart enough, then they'll probably find Real Madrid, or they'll try to, for Real Madrid to get any kind of financial ticket or something like that. But I don't think Real Madrid will be at all banned from competing in the UEFA Champions League, because they would be, and in this scenario, they would be losing a lot of money as well, right? So I don't know, man. I don't know what is the idea of these guys for the future, but my opinion is if they really believe banning Real Madrid from the UEFA Champions League is the best way to go, I think that they are not smart enough, and they will prove by themselves that they will lose a lot of money, right? So I don't know what is the idea of these guys for the future, but I don't think Real Madrid will be banned from the Champions League. But just in case, we have to think about the fact Real Madrid every single year at least typically makes about 20 to 30 millions out of the champions, considering we are from the group stage all the way to quarterfinals, semifinals, or even the final. We are making, at some point, we are falling in the range of 30 to 60 million euros, right? I mean, it's an average, right? Some years might be more, less, depending if we qualify for the final, if we win the champions, if we not win the champions, stuff like that, right? But yeah, it can be, anywhere between 20 all the way to 100 million per year. So I don't think for UEFA guys it's smart enough, it's a smart move to ban Real Madrid, because they will get a lot of pain, considering they will lose a lot of money, because a lot of sponsors, right, will not be there if Real Madrid is not in the competition, right? I mean, you have all the Premier League teams, which is true, but Real Madrid is important enough for everybody to be there, including the UEFA members, including to Ceferin and Al Khelaifi and all these people. For them, it's a good business. So if they don't allow Real Madrid to play, they will feel that they are screwing it up, and of course it's not a big good for them. So let's see what happens. I mean, if they want to play with that, I'm fine with that, but I don't think it's the smartest decision, it's the smartest move they may do. So let's see. I mean, we will have to wait a little bit more. We will probably know in the future a bit more whether Real Madrid is considering this or not. And I don't know, man. Hopefully it's not true. Hopefully it's just a kind of backup plan, but nothing big. I mean, not big deal, nothing, major. Because if we have to stay for 3 years out of the Champions League, man, that will be very, very hard for everybody, for all of us, including us. So let's see. let's see what happens, guys. I don't know what it, I mean, I don't know if that is going to happen or it can happen. Hopefully Real Madrid is well assisted in legal terms not to screw it up, because that would be a major mistake, not only for UEFA but for Real Madrid too. And of course we would lose a lot of money as well. So let's see what happens.